Hey everybody, this is TechNolli, and today, yes, you guessed it, another Lenovo Tiny. This is an m920x. So this is an 8th generation processor. This is an i5 8500 Coffee Lake chipset. So this is a powerful little box. Pretty amazing stuff. A channel subscriber sent this to me for me to Hackintosh it, and we did get it up and running, and it's really nice. We're going to show you the benchmarks on this one and show you how to install the OS. I'm providing you guys with an EFI folder for this one, so it'll make your life a lot easier. We did put Catalina on it, and she runs great. Now, notice, you are going to have to get one of these HDMI to DisplayPort adapters. They're like $8 or $9 for this to work. If you plug it directly into the HDMI, it won't work. So there we go. Let's check this out and see what you guys think of it. All right, let's go. All right, guys, so here we are with this little Lenovo, another Tiny, and this is the m920x. It's an i5 8500, and he's put in a SSD in here, so it's good to go. These are about $550. If you look on eBay, there's some people with some crazy prices. They do make one in an i7 model, like this one right here. This is an i7. So it's going to be a little faster, but these are Coffee Lake chipset motherboards. So these are basically, you know, still kind of current. And so they do run really, really fast, So let's jump into some benchmarks with this, okay? So let's go over here to Geekbench and let's run it and see what kind of performance we can get out of this compared to other machines. All right? Okay, we'll be right back. Okay, guys, coming down to the end of it here on this Geekbench 5. Now, on this one, I'm not going to show you how to make the actual Opencore 0.5.8 on this one. I'm just going to provide it for you on my download page. No charges for downloads. And you'll be able to just grab it, make yourself a vanilla USB stick, and go. All right. Wow. That is really impressive. 1007 and 4411. Let's compare that to an Apple device. 1007. That is really up there. Okay, MacBook early 2020 and an iMac from early 2019. That is super speedy, I would say. There's the same one, i5 8500, so it does perform. Let's look at that multi real quick. 4411, so right in between these two. Yeah, i7 7700s. Can you believe that? These are iMac 27s and an iMac 21.5. So really good scores on this thing. Look at this. It's awful close to a Mac Pro with a Xeon. So this is, wow, that's impressive. That's faster than I thought it would be. And you guys know how tiny these are. So, wow, pretty cool. And this, by the way, is going to be dual boot. So we've got Windows on a separate hard drive and macOS on another. Okay, let's jump over just for the heck of it. Let's do Cinebench real quick, okay? Let's load that up. All right, I'm going to run this, and as soon as this comes down toward the end, we'll come right back. Coming down to the end of this Cinebench, and it is really, really fast. Surprisingly. Okay, here's our score, 2333. Very nice score. Wow. this is Coffee Lake chipset. This is, still really strong stuff. So we got a great score here. We got great Geekbench scores. So very happy with that. Okay, guys. So what we want to do now is we just want to go over to the TechNolli website in the download page and download the EFI folder for this computer. All right. Now I have done that, and it's right here because it's not on the website yet, but it will be later today. So here it is. You'll have the EFI folder right here, and then you want to go over to my page again and just download a program to put it on your USB stick. So we need this little program called Mount EFI. So we'll download this. Just go here, download zip. All right. And then we can go over here to downloads, and here it is. So this little program right here, I'll just put it on the desktop. All right. So all we have to do is double click, right click, and open Mount EFI.command, and then open again. And then what we want to do is right here, we want to select our install macOS Catalina that we already made up. And right up here in the video, you're going to see a link to how to make a vanilla macOS Catalina installer. Okay, so we're going to choose this one, which is on mine is number 3. Put in your password. Okay, and then you'll see this EFI partition just popped up, which is on your USB stick that you just made. Okay, so let's grab this and put it over here. Now it's empty, so we're going to grab the folder that you downloaded on my website and just stick it into here. Okay, that's it. That's all you have to do. Everything is done for you in the config.p list. So you're good to go. We're ready to go into the BIOS and get everything set up. Now, guys, on this, the most important part about you guys hacking your own m920x is the BIOS settings on this. Please pay very close attention to the BIOS settings on this because they're a little bit tricky. All right, let's get into the BIOS. On these Lenovos, you press F1 when you turn it on to get into the BIOS. There we go. Okay, so let's just, nothing here under the main screen. Let's just go under devices and just follow along with me here. USB setup, just like you see it here. Basically everything's enabled except this one right here. We just disabled that. ATA drive, of course we want our SATA controllers on, and we want it configured to AHCI, and this hard disk pre-delay will turn it off. Video setup, this is extremely important because it only works in this configuration. So internal graphics display, 64 megabytes, and then this has to be set to maximum. Audio setup, yep, we got them turned on. Network, everything's enabled. PCI Express, auto. This even has Thunderbolt on it, but don't get excited, musicians out there. It doesn't work for our audio interfaces, unfortunately. So we disabled that. Okay, advanced CPU setup. Just like here, you gotta have it just like this, guys. Especially this right here, VTD has to be disabled, but just set it up just like you see it here, and you're not gonna have any issues. Okay. Again, Intel manageability control, just set it up like you see it here. Everything's going to work fine. We want this disabled, SGX control. And then enable and disable for these two guys right here. Power, the sleep does work on this beautifully, so just leave it set up just like this. Security, Everything here is good. We just want to make sure down here that secure boot is disabled. All right, and we'll go down, clear down here to the bottom and show you everything. So we want it just like this, guys. All right. There we go. Okay, startup has to be like this. Disable CSM, and then it will turn on UEFI only. Okay, then we just exit, save changes and exit, and we can start booting from our USB stick. We'll hit enter and say yes, and then start tapping F12 key to go to our boot menu. All right, so now it just defaulted to my SanDisk, and we'll just hit enter. All right, so what we want to do now is install macOS Catalina from the external drive. Really simple stuff, guys. This was the easiest hack you'll ever do because it's all done for you. So we'll come right back when it gets up to the format window. Now, guys, on these little Lenovos, you're going to have to get a DisplayPort to HDMI adapter cable, or you will get a black screen right here. If you try just to use the HDMI port, then you'll get a black screen right here. So you have to buy that. I think it's like $8 for one of those adapters. All right, so we're going to come up here and get formatted. Okay. Old familiar screen right here. So we'll go to Disk Utility, click Continue. We'll go up here where it says View, and we'll choose the down arrow and Show All Devices. All right. So this has Windows on this drive, and right here is the 1 terabyte for the macOS. So we're going to erase and just name it, I'm going to call it Mac OS, since this is for a channel subscriber, and go up to APFS, leave it on GUID partition map, and click erase. Wow, guys, that took about 30 seconds. That was really a long time. So we're done. We just exit out of here. We go up to Install macOS and click Continue. Then we're going to click Continue, Agree, and Agree. Select our hard drive and click Install. All right, and this is real normal here. This will take about 5 minutes. It'll get down to 2 minutes remaining and it'll reboot. So we'll be right back. Okay, about 2 minutes remaining, so let's see if it reboots. There it goes. That's what we want. We want it to reboot at that point. You just leave your USB stick in the computer because we need to boot from it 2 more times. So we're going to come up here. It's going to default to macOS installer, and that's what we want. Okay? So we'll just hit enter since I moved the arrow. And we're going to go through some more installation here. We're going to come up to the Apple on the next screen. So we'll be right back. All right, here we go. Coming up to the Apple. Now it's going to go here, guys. It's going to stay here for about 12 minutes, and it will go completely across the screen, that little taskbar thingy, status. And when it gets toward the end, we'll come back because it's going to reboot one more time. Okay, guys, less than a minute remaining, so we're going to reboot one more time on this. All right. Now we'll leave our USB stick in there. We got to reboot one more time. We'll let it come up to the boot menu, and we're going to choose the name of the hard drive. So whatever you named your hard drive when you were formatting it, which I named it macOS, that's what we want to boot from now. So we'll just hit enter and continue along here. And guys, this one does get stuck on a couple of lines pretty good. Maybe 15 seconds at the most on one line. And that's it. So we'll come up here. We'll get logged in. All right, let's pick that country. All right, United States. There it is. Okay, continue. Now, I do have a natively supported m.2 Wi-Fi card in there, which I'll have in the description below, that you can pick up to put in this little computer, and you can have onboard Wi-Fi. So I'm going to go ahead and put in my Wi-Fi password and continue. Continue. Don't want to transfer. I definitely do not want to sign into Apple yet because I haven't changed any serial numbers. So we'll skip this. And then agree to terms and conditions. Agree and agree. We can name it and give it a password. All right. Continue. Okay. Continue. No analytics. Continue. Continue. Oh, sure, we'll leave on Siri. I'm not sure if he'll want it or not, but we'll leave it on for now. And choose light or dark mode. We'll leave it on dark mode. Okay. Now all we have to do is transfer our EFI folder to the hard drive. So continue and tell it what kind of keyboard you have, and we're done. Okay, so later. All right, so let's go back over to TechNolli website. And we will download a couple of programs that we're going to need. Go to the download page. And we're going to grab the Mount EFI again. Download that. Allow. And we're going to need, let's see, Gen SM BIOS to make new serial numbers for it. And I'm going to grab property because I'm going to turn off all of that text when the computer boots up. Okay, so let's go out of here. Let's go to our downloads. And we want to use Mount EFI first. So double click, then right click on mountefi.com, open, and then open, and say OK. And then what we're going to do is, here is our install macOS Catalina, which is our USB stick. So we'll press number 1, put in our password. OK, and then you'll see the EFI partition comes up. And then we're going to choose number 4, which is our macOS hard drive. And that's where we have to transfer the EFI folder that's in here. So go over to the hard drive, EFI, right there. Notice it's empty. There's nothing in there. So we have to grab this folder and just drag and drop. Okay, now that we're done with that, let's change our serial numbers. So we're going to use this little program called Gen SM BIOS. Double click, right click on Gen SM BIOS .command, open, and open. Okay, then we're going to choose number 1 to install. Okay, then hit enter. Then we're going to choose number 2 to select config.plist. So it wants to know, where is the config.plist? Well, it's right here. So EFI, OC, and here it is. So we just drag it into here and then hit enter. And then we press number 3 to inject our serial numbers. And the name that it's looking for here is on the config.plist, and it is iMac 19,1. Just hit enter, and it just injected the serial number, the board serial, and a UUID number. So we'll hit enter. All right. Now, for all of you guys that want to get rid of that text when the computer's booting up, I'm going to show you how to do that. So we'll just use this little program, Proper Tree. Right click on Proper Tree .command and click Open. All right, then we'll go up to File, Open, and we're going to go to our EFI partition, our EFI folder, OC, and config.plist, and click Open. Okay, then what we're looking for is we want to go down to where it says NVRAM. So let's go ahead and just minimize all of these right here until we get to NVRAM. And so we go here to boot-args and remove this -V. All right, so there it is, it's gone, and boom. Now, when we reboot, and we want to make sure you save. When we reboot, we are only going to see the apple. So let me show you. And you can pull out your stick now. Okay, so now when it comes up here, we can choose Windows or macOS. So I'm going to choose macOS, and there it is. All that text is gone. It looks like a real Mac. Pretty cool, huh? These Opencore guys are geniuses. And there we are. So we'll put in our password, and we are done with this thing. So if you pick one of these up, you're going to be good. All you need to do is grab my EFI, put it into your stick, go into the BIOS and change those settings, and start installing the operating system, and you should be done within 30 minutes. So we're all good here, guys. We did the benchmarks. I think this is, these are about $500, and they're super, super fast. And what do we like best about them? They are tiny. They are just little guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Please like and please subscribe and hit that little bell notification so you know when I come out with a new video. All right? Thanks so much, and we'll see you on the next one.